y'all? So for today's video, we're going to be installing a part for the Ruckus, and what I have in my hand is a NCY Performance Cdi Box. Basically, I'm going to get rid of my rev limiter so your boy can rev to the heavens, boy. Basically, if my Ruckus was a K series, then this will be K, bro, son. But before we start a Cdi Box, I do want to do a speed test like I've been talking about in these past couple of videos. Now, for the speed test, since my Ruckus don't have the factory speedometer on it, I downloaded an app, and I'm going to use the GoPro to capture it so I don't do too much reckless stuff of filming on one hand and have my phone in another hand and trying to So let's get this GoPro strapped up and ready to roll. Actually captured it. My max speed was 37 miles per hour. Now it's time to do the install of the Cdi Box, which I have no idea where I put it. So so here we have the Cdi Box from NCY Motorsports. We're gonna open it up. If you have no idea how to install this after you watch this video, then the Ruck Shop do provide instructions right on their YouTube page. I'll link a video down below in case you want to watch their install video, in case mine gets challenging because I don't know what I'm doing. So once we get the package open, what you're greeted with is basically your chipped little ECU thing. This is basically your chipped ECU. This is your Cdi Box. And right here we have the engine harness. Well, not engine harness, but the harness to run the Cdi Box. And you also have this connector. Do not lose this, okay? From all the videos I've seen, they say do not lose this, so do not lose it, okay? Do not lose this little piece, all right? All right. Now, in order to do this install, we got to remove the battery box. Now, there's usually 4 screws, like one here, but that's missing. There's one here, and you have 2 screws on the opposite side, so here and here. Those 4 screws, and this battery box should be easily removed. Life would be so much easier if I had a kickstand. So much easier. Now, this should just... So once you've loosened and removed your battery cover, boom, you are greeted with your ECU, your battery, your lights. I gotta figure out why this isn't working, because when I need fuel, it doesn't work. So maybe the sensor is something bad like that. So from watching all the videos on YouTube, this install is a pretty quick and easy install, and we're gonna put that to the test because I have literally no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna hit up Ryan to make sure I'm doing everything correctly. And I'm gonna walk you guys through the steps of me doing it and stuff like that. So let's start. Now, when you graduated from the Struggle University, this is what you have to do to get your bike to stand because you don't have a kickstand. Jack stand for the win, boy. The bike is somewhat standing up, kind of. It works. So let's start with the process of installing this bad boy. What we're gonna do first is attach the ground because that's the only thing I know how to do at the moment. So this green wire attaches right here on the battery, like so. Take a Phillips screwdriver, loosen that, put this there, clamp it down, and that's the first step. Now, again, I will link down the Ruck Shop's install video of the Cdi Box because that is much better than what I'm going to be showing you guys how to do. But this is the way I'm going to be installing it, which is the same way as theirs, just different steps, I would say. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do, right? Okay, so now that we got the negative wire powered up, now the next step, well, the first step actually is actually plugging in your Cdi Box. Now, I didn't know what plugs into this because I'm an idiot, but I figured it out. The harness that comes with the Cdi Box, this plug right here, plugs directly into this plug right here, just like so. Make sure you plug that thing in. Now we got a good connection. Now this blue and yellow port that's come off the harness, that plugs into this part right here with the blue wire. This plugs directly into that, like so. So now that we have the green grounded, we have the blue wire goes into the old service port. Now this red wire, don't worry about this. This basically becomes what this was, but you don't have to really worry about this at all. Now this wire splices into the power wire that's on here. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. And then these 2 wires splice into this or a black and yellow one right here, if you guys can see. It splices into that, and I will show you guys how to do that as well. So I just went ahead and disconnected the port for the ECU, I guess, the connector or whatever. So this black and yellow wire is what you want to cut in the middle, so you have some leeway room between both ends. So you don't want to cut too short up top, and you don't want to cut too long to where you can't crimp both. So you want to cut right in the middle, and that's about it. Now get your wire crimpers, because you're going to need some wire crimpers, pimpin'. You're going to need some wire crimpers, blood. So now that you have your wires crimped, you want to disconnect the two ends of these pieces, because they do disconnect. They're supposed to. Okay, so you just want to slide this on and make sure it's fully on. Then you just want to crimp it. So after you did your cutting and crimping, you should have something like this. Well, exactly like this. Now with these, orange is out. So orange goes to the outer and yellow goes in. Okay, remember that. Orange, out. Yellow, in. Okay, cool. So this is how it should look coming off your ECU. Remember, orange is out, yellow is in, okay? So after you're done with this, you wanna move over to your power supply. Now you need power in order to run the CDI box. So what we're gonna use to get power, we're not gonna splice anything because that's why we have this. The outer right hole goes over this, and then it just crimps down by supplying the red wire through this one, and then you have power. So basically it should look something like this. Now right here is the close end. This is the full open-end one, so you can go like this, as you can tell. Let's see if I can show you guys that it's fully open-ended. Oh, I can't because I clamped it down a little bit. But as you guys can see right here, like this is the wire, the power wire that goes from like this little thing right here, goes all the way into the open-end one, and then the closed end, you put your red wire in there, and then all you have to do is just close that and crimp it down with like pliers or something, which I have like a ton of, because your boy crimps are trash, so I had to use like all these to crimp down that stuff. And that's pretty much it. Tug on to make sure you got good connection. That looks fine to me. It ain't going nowhere. And that's it, boy. We are done with the CDI install, fam. Boom, 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 boom. And that's pretty much it for the NCY Performance CDI install. All I have to do right now is just mount it up, and hopefully everything works as planned. Hopefully I did everything right. I followed the Ruckus shop's instructions to the T. I just did things backwards, but I did it, so hopefully everything is good to go. When I was figuring out why I'm going to mount the CDI box, I figured out why my fuel light wasn't working. It wasn't even plugged in, so I plugged it in, and we're good to go. Now, I kind of tucked it here. I know this is bad, so I know I can't keep it here, but that would be sick. I also zip tied the harness stuff right here, so it'll be all out the way, but hey, not too shabby, bro, not too shabby. Let's see if I did everything correctly. Now, I'm not sure if I did something wrong with a bike still fire up, but we're gonna find out. So key in, fuel. Well, that's pretty much it for the NCY Performance CDI install. I would go for a ride on it, but I talked to Ryan. Ryan was like, don't do it, bro. I know it's gonna be tempting, but don't ride it yet until you do the exhaust and then the intake, so I can jet the carb the jets, jet the carb. You guys get what I'm saying. So I'm back to square one with no transportation. But then again, once I install all the parts, the Ruckus will be back and ready for action. Quick update on the Integra. I'm still waiting to get my Honda back from Eddie or Honda. Not sure if you sent it out to Honda yet, but that's what I'm waiting on to get this car driving. I gotta put on the front bumper, which I have over there, but I just been lazy, bro. Oh no, I haven't been lazy. I gotta get screws to go in to this right here. I gotta get the screws for that. So probably pick that up at O'Reilly tonight since Tuck working. Yo, so I just got back home from hanging out with the bros. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video of my first official Ruckus part install of the NCY Performance CDI box. Super stoked to have that thing installed. Now your boy can go a little bit above the speed limit, if you catch what I'm saying. Speed limit be like 35, but we're gonna be hitting 45. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about 45 though, but we're gonna be speeding. Huge thank you to the Ruckus shop for making this video even possible. If any of you guys out there are interested in picking up your own CDI box, now we'll leave a link down below to pick up the part, and a link down below to the Ruckus shop for all your Ruckus parts, because they supply literally everything for a Ruckus, like literally everything. And they also have Grom parts, so if you have a Honda Grom, hey bro, parts down below. But thank you guys for watching today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, that like button for it, but that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.